Okay, so just open your eyes when you feel ready to. And Mary, would you like to read the next question? I would pass the microphone back. You can all wriggle around for a moment, become unconscious for a few moments, no problem, because we can come back to presence, the deepest level of presence, like that. Like that. Yes, Mary.
This is from Olaf, from Perth, Australia.
Olaf.
Yes, Olaf.
Does anyone remember Olaf? Hi, Olaf.
Hello, Leonard. I'm having a problem with the word God. Can you expand on this, please? Love to you and Mary.
Okay. I think Olaf is referring to the last video webcast when I spoke of God. And it can be very confusing and off-putting for many people because so many of us have been exposed to all sorts of false notions and false ideas and false teachings about God, religious notions about God. Is that a fair statement? Most people on a spiritual path have probably rejected the God of the Bible and traditional belief in God as presented in these religions. I'm not saying it's essential, but many people have. And so a lot of people find it difficult when they hear me speaking about God. But I'm not speaking of a God that we believe in. I'm not speaking of a God that we know with our mind. I'm speaking of an unknowable God, a God that cannot be known with the mind or conceived of with the mind. And yet we can experience God as we become so fundamentally present that we can feel the presence in everything that is here. Because it's true, when you reach a certain level of presence, you can actually sense the presence in everything, whether it's in you or whether it's in the flowers, even the space in the room here, there is a presence. Then we could go to that word omnipresent. For me, it's the presence that is in everything that I'm calling God. You can become so utterly present, experiencing the presence in everything, that you begin to feel oneness. And that's when you really start to open up into the sacred dimensions. You feel the oneness, you feel the sacredness, you feel the holiness of everything that is here. Whether it's a flower or a tree or a rubbish bin on the side of the road or someone passing by, or a dog or a child. That's what is revealed at the very deepest level of presence. It's the presence that is in everything. It's palpable. You can feel it, you can sense it, you can see it. And it's at the very center of each one of you. At the very center of your being, their eternal presence exists. For me, that's where God is. God is the silent presence at the very heart of all things present. God is real, God is here now. But we are not. We're lost in the mind, lost in the past and future. If you want to experience God directly, the direct experience of God, you have to come to where God is, which is this moment. God is this moment revealed. It has nothing to do with belief. It has very little to do with faith. It has to do with the realization of what is actually here. The true nature of everything that is here. You have to be very, very deeply present to realize what I'm speaking of. And then any thought you have about it is not it. Even if you have the most profound direct experience of God and presence, then you think about it, that's not it. If you believe in it, that's not it. If you try and hold on to it, it will close the door. If you desire it, it will be forever kept from you. It's just the moment as it is. And the moment will reflect to you what I'm speaking of in direct proportion to what you bring to the moment, the level of presence you bring to the moment, the level of love you bring to the moment, the level of generosity you bring to the moment, the level of gratitude you bring to the moment. Do you think the present moment won't respond to you and reveal its deeper nature? It was when see, it's the mystery. Now I'm going to hold this up for people watching on the video. I did not touch this. It's impossible for me to turn this off. I have to do this to turn it off. Isn't that true, Ruckman?
That's true.
And I had this closed and down by my side. And it just suddenly went off when God knocked on the window. What can I tell you? That is bizarre. But I'm glad it didn't go off for too long. So you don't necessarily have to call it God, but if you resist that, it means you're still carrying resentment and anger about what was shoveled into you in your childhood. At what point did you lose your connection? Am I back on? Okay, well, thank you. Let's all give Ruckman a round of applause. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes, God. I think the message is we can't take anything too seriously. Well, we're back on. Are we back on, Ruckman? Is sound coming through the... Okay. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice in life if everything ran very, very smoothly? Does it always? Particularly when it comes to technical things.